Welcome everybody to the Culture Shock Podcast. We here with another episode. It's your boy Pat Bayless. I'm here with Steeler Moon Taylor.
Let's go.
What's going on? Oh, you learned.
No. Yeah, your mic already falling. Yeah,
I know.
yeah, take your shit up.
Crazy. Look what they did to me today.
And I'm here with a special guest today. My guy Elisha Boone is in the building. What up, baby?
Man, talk to me nice. Don't talk at all,
There you
man.
go, man. How you doing?
Right.
How's everything, bro? You good?
Everything is good, man. Better than amazing.
Beautiful. I want to start off with something because it's recent. I need to know how you feeling. Riverhead tournament. I know you're a basketball player. How you feeling about that?
I'm tight. 10K on the line.
Was that your team? Did you put that in?
It wasn't.
Okay,
So what happened was I was up one night and dude texted me like, yo, send me this flyer.
Right.
So I'm like, all right, bet I'm gonna get a team.
Right.
He's like, nah, you already on a team. I'm like, what team? He started naming dudes and all that stuff. So then I was like, all right, bet I'll play. And then we went there. First game blew them out. Second game was, that team went crazy on us. No, the second game we won. The third game we lost. Third game they went crazy on us. Yeah. And then that was pretty much it.
Wait, what team you was on?
Wyandanch. So it was a dude named Thomas Beverly. He had put together a team for 10K.
Yeah, that first game they blew him out by like 20, I think. Something like that. It was crazy.
I had third.
Yeah, nah, he punched. They punched him.
That's heavy.
That was the first game I came to. Like, I got there and they were up by like.
You was the lead scorer?
Yeah, every game.
Okay, no,
Boone
that's
the
right.
scorer. I ain't gonna lie. Boone get buckets. Before we get into all that, let's start off where you from, man. Tell everybody where you from. That who don't know you, where you from, where you went to high school.
Oh man, that. I lived in Brooklyn, Queens, Staten Island, Long Island. I done lived in different parts of Queens, different parts of Brooklyn. I done lived in different states. But I was born in Brooklyn, St. Mary's Hospital, Bed-Stuy. It's not there anymore. And then, moved around Staten Island, Queens, grew up Southside Jamaica, Queens. And, that's pretty much where basketball started at. That's where I fell in love with the game. And then, it kept me out the way, it kept me out of trouble. I wasn't influenced by other things and, doing all kind of stupid stuff that other kids would get into.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Growing up in the hood.
Right.
So it saved my life. I tell everybody that,
What age did you start playing basketball or get interested in basketball?
I'd say like 8 or 9
Oh, yeah.
around that time. Yeah, about 8 or 9. It started with my dude. His name was Joshua. He used to live out the block from me. He had these crazy-ass dogs. Like, these dogs used to bite us. Like, this dog was crazy. Rottweiler.
They used to bite us.
Yo, we used to take off running from these dudes, bro. Like, they hopped the gate, and we out of there.
So that's why you got
cars.
bungees now.
That's why I got bungees.
That's how you learned how to dunk,
Start
right?
running, bro. You in the hood running from either a dog, you playing manhunt, you playing tag.
Right.
So you got to be fast.
Nah, manhunt back in the day was
Went
crazy.
crazy.
Yeah.
So started with him with a hoop in front of his crib. We was there. And then I went to grade school, made my first team, and they used to call me Pampers. I was a practice killer. Get in the game, they shit the bed. Practice, I'm the man though. So,
Word.
that was funny though. It's good times. I was young. Good times.
Good times, right?
Good times,
So when did you transition and you was able to still perform in front of the cameras? Pause.
What you mean?
Like, so to me, what you saying that when you get into the games, the bright was kind of too light, or the crowd was too big, or the noise was too loud.
Mm-hmm.
Like, how did you transition your practice game to game time?
I started training as I would play. So as I got older, I started to gain more confidence in the way that I was playing. So when I was young, I felt like the game gave me anxiety.
Right.
Because I wanted to do so well, but it was happening so fast. It was like, what do I do? It's like, so it turned into me starting to learn how to react better. And I started to practice that in practice and then playing against other kids. And then I started going to the park and playing with dudes that were 4 years older. And the game was already fast at that point.
Right.
So now when I'm playing against kids my age, the game is slow. And I can, get to it the way I need to. And that's pretty much how I fixed that. Just went out there and growing up Southside Jamaica, Queens, either you gonna hoop, rap, or you gonna sell drugs. It's one of the three, bro.
Right.
It ain't nothing else. You know what I'm saying? And so you go to school, academically, you a unicorn. If you smart,
Right.
you a scholar student, you a unicorn.
Now that's fire. Where did you get being that you was born in Brooklyn and then grew up in Queens, if you look at the basketball history of both places, to me, the best players, like to me, the best guards come from NYC anyway.
Mhm.
But you got anybody from Ron Artest to Lamar Odom just in the Queens area, and I can name a few more. But from the Brooklyn side, you got Baz, you got Marbury. Like, do you have any inspirations as far as the places that you grew up in versus just New York City in general? Because we do have a lot of guards that came out of here, but to me, that's probably the best place to grow up. Like, have an opportunity to play in Brooklyn and then be in Queens, because then you can kind of get everywhere that you need to go from
Facts.
Harlem to like wherever you can go to Rucker, Dykeman. Like, you like kind of you could get anywhere.
Yeah.
But any of those guys, or what is your inspiration? What New York City player inspired you?
Really, I was always in love with Through the Fire.
Okay,
Sebastian Telfair.
that's bad. Yeah.
Because his story, and how it was uncut. The whole documentary was uncut. Him cursing, them cursing, them acting like straight Coney Island dudes. You know what I'm saying? And so, you look at that, and it's like, well, he went out of high school. I don't know if I'm that good, but look at where he came from, kind of thing. I got a better situation than that with my family, even though I still come from the slums, but Coney Island's a different kind of slums, though. That's joint different over there, bro. It's just different. So he inspired me to do that thing in New York City.
Right.
And I would say he was probably the only one. And then obviously I played with a lot of other dudes that were really like that, nationally and even now, they're still like that. But those older guys, Sebastian, even Lance, he would come around and practice with us.
Lance used to get busy on us. We used to go to Lincoln, nigga used to, and his pops, this the court, nigga pops be standing right
Right
here.
there.
Like, Lance, don't let him bitch you, he stole it. Like, his pops
Right
used to
there.
talk just like, niggas are running down for a layup, his pops running down the sideline.
Yeah. Tiny used to tell us all those stories about.
Lance pops was wild.
Yeah. And so he was, my thing with him is a lot of people don't know Lance. Lance is down to earth. He a cool dude, bro. He just cool. Like, cool. You know what I'm saying? He'll pop out, normal person. And that's one of the things I admire about him, is that, his head ain't up there. There's some dudes in New York that made it that never came back. That never did nothing for Queens, Brooklyn, the city, period.
Right.
So, those dudes know who they are. I don't need to go into that.
We ain't going there.
Yeah.
Nah, that's fire. Who do you think is the best player you ever played against? In any, it could be a Gersh, it could be when you was in college, it could be anybody. Do you have like a specific guy that you were like, man, this is the best player I played against?
Ben Simmons.
Ooh.
And what AAU team you play for?
I played with three of the big sneaker teams around that time, which was Metro Hawks, the Nike circuit, Adidas with the Wrens. It was them and New Heights at that time.
New Heights was I thought you was about to say PSA or something, but
New Heights was Adidas, and Cardinals, PSA Cardinals was coming alive. They were Nike at the time, and so and then I finished off with Juice All Stars. But I also played for some like local teams, 44 Elite. Dude by the name of John Wallace played for the Knicks. He had a team. He just wanted to showcase me in these tournaments to get more notoriety for his team. So it worked. He was a good dude. And that was pretty much it.
When did you play against Ben Simmons? I got to watch him play a few times. Oh wow! So
Mount Vert. We played in the city of Palms, which to me was the best high school tournament I have ever been to in my life. Jaylen Brown, Ben Simmons, D'Angelo Russell, and the list just goes on with those dudes.
Was Briscoe there?
No, I don't think he was there that year, but Grayson Allen was.
Oh, yeah, that wasn't the year. Then I'll save you.
That was the coldest white boy I ever played.
Watch your feet.
Yeah, watch your feet. He ain't tripped me, but he tried to dunk me something crazy.
Gotta watch your feet, man.
His bounce is crazy, bro.
Bro.
Yeah, he's tough.
What was tough about Ben Simmons in high school? Just to preference this real quick, I got to be around Sheck Diallo, and then that same year, senior year, he won MVP
Mhm.
of the McDonald's game, Jordan Brand Classic. Shaq was killing that year. But I got to be around him personally, and that was probably one of my favorite matchups too. Was Al Xavier versus Mount Verdi and New Rochelle. Like once you get to Jersey, those teams was a little different.
Right.
But what was so hard about guarding Ben Simmons?
It wasn't just guarding him because he didn't really play that well.
Right.
Because we was being rough with him. It was just his presence.
Yeah.
Like he just had that glow, that aura, that it factor, that like, yo, that dude.
He
You
that
could just
guy.
tell, yeah, you
So
could just
shit.
tell certain things he just did.
Yeah, he
It
was
wasn't
smart.
much, but you could just tell.
It was easy.
He's that's the reason why he's the number one player in the country.
Right.
Like you see why. He's not the same Ben Simmons that he was then that he is now.
Right.
What do you think his problem is now?
Mentally.
Think it's all mental?
Mental, man. The NBA is from things that I hear from dudes that I know, it's an interesting organization. You know,
Right.
you hear all the stuff that goes on now. Now they're being very open about what goes on in the NBA.
Right.
Before it was more secretive. But man, it can make you depressed, man. Basketball can do some things to you. You know, I had to experience that in my career. You know, the depression of not knowing if you're ever going to bounce a ball again. It's like it's nerve-wracking. It drives you insane.
What led to that? What was like your darkest moment?
We had played Marshall University, and they had this dude named this white dude, man. He was cold. He was an NBA dude. They were talking about he was gonna be a draft pick, not lottery, but he was a draft pick. He was an all-time leading scorer, assist leader, and so I'm hyped.
I'm ready to
Yeah,
go.
yeah.
You ready to
I'm ready
go.
to get
I want
this
him.
shit.
You was inspired.
Give me him.
I want him. So I'm at him the whole game. We get smoked because I'm, at that time I transferred to a smaller school.
Right.
So yeah, they like almost high major. Yeah, they gonna smoke us, but I'm gonna prove a point. 27-12 on his head. So I'm hyped. News going crazy, yo. You know what? And I missed 10 free throws. So
Wow.
I probably would have walked out with 40.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? And so I think he had like 15, but he almost had a triple double though. A dude, he could pass, he could do everything. So the next day I'm hyped. I'm feeling good. And that's why I always tell people, man, never be too high, never be too low. Because I was so high off of that game. Like, I didn't hit one jump shot. I didn't shoot 1 3. It was all layups.
Straight to the bar.
I was just going one-on-one, getting off the ball screen, getting downhill, getting out in transition. They got 7-footers. I'm taking them off the dribble. Like, you can find that on YouTube. It's on YouTube. And I was just too high, man. And then that day in practice, you got to understand when you high like that, and there's some people that's envious, man. They jealous. And they don't like that you on that high horse. And
They
you got to
gonna
watch
hurt
them.
you.
You know what I'm saying? You never see them coming. And that day, he claims that it was an accident, but me and him had issues throughout the year. And if this ever goes online, he'll probably see it because I'm definitely going to share it. He'll know, but it's
He calling you out, basically.
No, I'm not calling you out, bro. We already know the vibes, but, the story it's got to be told sometimes, right?
Mhm.
So that day, we was in practice, and the crazy thing, the following day was our season opener, our home season opener. So I might have been going too hard, but man, I caught a fast break, and I freaking took off on this dude, like on the dunk on the right hand side, and same dude, like he tried to prove a point that he can block the shot.
Right.
Boone ain't dunking on me, So he went for it. I dunked on him, but he clipped me. Right? He
Finish
clipped
it
me.
out?
Finished the dunk.
Oh boy.
But I was up so high. Even my coaches said, I've never seen you jump that high before. I was up so high that, when I felt like I was looking in the rim when I was throwing him because he gave me an extra boost. And when he clipped me, man, I tried to come down like normal, but I came down and like that left foot just turned, that ankle just turned in, and it just broke.
Terrible, bro.
Yeah,
That's
it
literally
just-
the worst pain. To this
worst.
day in basketball, even just walking, I'd be like, nah.
Yeah.
I
It
forgot
just
you
broke.
used to play.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
buckets.
I'm saying we gotta get that 1v1 going. I might bust your ass. I know you played some hard plays, but you know what I'm saying? You ain't seen me on the court.
Come to my gym.
I got ankle problems too, but if I got the ankle brace on, I'm lit. You know what I'm saying?
I don't wear
Nah,
those
not
no
the
more,
ankle
only
brace.
because them joints make your ankles weak, son.
I know. You know what I think it is? More so after a while, it becomes more of a confidence thing than anything. It's
Yeah,
mental.
it
You're
is
more
mental.
likely to roll your ankle if you're thinking about it.
It's all
Tay,
mental.
real
Feel me?
question. Tay, how much you think you scoring?
Bro, 60 easy.
Oh my
Put money
God,
on it.
60.
Wait, what's the
60's
game to?
Crazy.
That game is to whatever you want it to
60 is
be because I'm about to.
Game to 11. How
He
much you
not touching the ball.
realistically scoring on him? You're not
Man,
scoring a bucket.
Man,
Donut. He said,
listen,
donut.
listen.
Scoring a
It
bucket.
depends
I
on how
seen
heavy
him.
I'm cheating. It depends on how heavy. Look at him,
Wait, what you mean by that?
nigga. He might leave. I don't know. I don't know.
What
You
you
might
mean
leave with
by
another
that?
injury. I don't know. No, I'm
Oh,
fucking with you.
I ain't have an injury in a
Listen,
minute.
Listen,
Not an injury
all
she
I'm
talking
saying
about
is
crazy right
I'm
now.
gonna dunk on you that game. That's what
There
I'm
you
saying.
go.
You know what I'm
You
saying?
can't touch the net.
I'm telling you.
You can't touch the net.
You can't touch the net.
This man don't know me
Even
from
I
a
can-
hole in
even
the
I
wall,
can
and
touch
no
the
the
net.
fuck I cannot.
That's
He does
bad.
not know me from a hole in the wall,
Why
and
you
he
can't
know
touch
that.
the net?
I don't.
Nah, I
Yo,
kinda
that's my
believe
you.
badass
Touching that,
knees, bro. I don't know, but I bet I lift more than you.
See,
No, you don't.
You ain't seeing me in the
I'm
gym.
dead.
How
You
much
not
you
lift-
leg press?
Who?
look at you. What you look at me?
What am I looking
You
at?
got
What am I
workout?
looking at?
The tree trunks.
Come on,
I don't
man.
care. They're the same size as mine. What are we talking about?
They
We
really
been
might
same
be, I
size
ain't gonna
pants.
lie.
Yo, look at my thighs. What are we talking about?
He said
Nah,
thick
the
I
thighs,
flex my
same
same
thighs right
grind.
now. You know I be in the gym.
exactly.
Come on.
Facts. Thick
Get
thighs save
real.
lives.
Get real.
They in the
Boom,
same size
what? So
pants.
what led you to the college that you went to? And tell everybody
St.
the college
Peter's?
that you went to. Yeah.
Oh, I did not want to go there.
Why did you go there?
I mean, I guess it's water under the bridge now. If I'm gonna be honest
He's
with
like, they
you,
got my ass.
huh?
They got your
Nah.
ass.
Yeah, they
I
got
need
me.
to
Hey.
know. Oh, okay. All right.
So not what they got me and I got, but they had to. When I went to that prep school, right? The school
Mhm.
wasn't NCAA certified, so I basically went to a prep school for no reason.
No credentials.
That's where it
and shit.
started at. Yeah. It started 2 years prior, or a year and a half prior to when I actually went to the school. Now, basketball-wise, it went great. I was the number 4 ranked player in the state of Nevada. Like, it was, that part of it was good. Schools, all that stuff. But when I came back, the first thing Tiny said is like, yo, you might not get an athletic scholarship. I said, why? He said, the school you just went to, only one of those classes are accredited to college.
Wow.
I said, are you kidding me?
I'd have been pissed.
I was taking 6, 7 classes. Are you serious? He said, yeah. So mind you, I'm getting A's, B's. Like, this might be my best year as a student.
Shit don't even
Damn,
count.
they was
And it
asking
didn't
for you
even
to
count.
count.
That's crazy.
Damn, that's
It didn't even
rough.
count because I
I'd
had
have been
nothing
pissed.
else to do.
That's crazy.
I had to sit there. The coach, I couldn't leave school. Where am I go? My house is 20 minutes away. So I got to sit there and go to do
Where am I
schoolwork.
Yeah.
I can't do nothing else. Like, you in schools out here, you can leave, bro. Nobody gonna
Yeah.
tell you nothing. You can
Yeah.
bounce.
Right.
Nobody gonna tell you nothing.
That's
So,
crazy though. One?
yeah. So I came back.
Wait, before you get there, how did you get to Vegas? Because in between all of this, I know sometimes when people pick they prep schools and post grads, they try to look at teams that don't got crazy amount of talent, especially
Mhm.
during that time. But a lot of schools did close down.
Okay. Yeah.
I would say from 2014, 15 to 2020, a lot of those schools that were big names played ESPN games and stuff like that.
Yeah.
A lot of those schools are not open. And
No.
being at Alsavia, I dealt with that. We dealt with that too, having kids that had to go to the Patrick School and things like that after us, just to make sure that they get their credits to be able to go to college or do
Mhm.
whatever. But how do you get from New York and being a good player, but how do you get all the way to Vegas?
Ethan Telfair.
Okay.
You know who that is.
Yeah.
Pat, you know him, right?
Uh-uh.
That's Sebastian Telfair's little brother.
Oh, brother. I figured.
He had a guy by the name of JR. JR contacted me and was like, yo, let me talk to your parents. I said, I bet. JR from the hood.
Yeah.
I know JR. So he comes in my living room. He just tells my parents a bald-faced lie. Everything gonna be good, whatever. So I'm like, all right, I want to go. So then I remember I had a meeting with my coach at Lockland, the 2 coaches, couple college coaches, I think it was St. John's and Rutgers. And at the time, I think they were both, active recruiting me and stuff like that. And I don't even know if they were supposed to be there legally. I think they were just doing it off of the strength of their relationship with the coach.
Right.
And we're sitting at this big, big round table. And they're trying to convince me to not transfer from Lockland. Now, this is after my sophomore year with me, Kadeem Carrington, and Mike Williams just tore the city up. We just beat Christ the King. We lost in the chip to Holy Cross, I think it was that year. And, like, Kadeem name is blowing up. Mike Williams, my name, like, we big three. We going crazy. And so I'm thinking that they don't want to break that up, so they're going to do whatever it takes to keep me here. So they bring out this paper, the school's not NCAA certified. So before I left, they told me. But I was so stubborn and so naive and so ready to just, be seen by the right people that I just ignored it, completely ignored it. Like, yo, you're lying to me. You're just trying to keep me here. So Ethan was like, yo, this is where you need to be. This was during Hurricane Sandy.
Okay.
Actually, this is that year. Literally, when I was going to the school, Hurricane Sandy had just happened because we were in Jersey playing in there's a hoop group facility out there where we all played that as a kid with the Boston Celtics court, the Knicks court, it's different NBA teams and different courts. We were playing there. Hurricane Sandy came. The flight was delayed by a couple of days, so they were saying we weren't going to be able to get out. At that point, I probably should have looked at it as a sign that I shouldn't go. But I still went. Got on the plane, went to Vegas. Ethan was, big brother, little brother kind of thing. And, that's how I pretty much ended up there. But for the first couple months, everything was peaches and cream, man. Like, we had a nice crib. They took us to school every day. We had a barber come to the crib. It was fire. Nice. It was good. It was a good setup.
So how did you feel once they came, like, at the end and there was, like, only one credit?
Oh, I was hurt. I was hurt. That might have been some of the most stressful nights, days of my life.
Trying to figure out what next.
Well, not trying to figure out what next, but just getting up and taking 8-9 classes, doing my senior and my junior year in 1 year, right? On my part for the school year, and then on the other part of what they had to do to get me to qualify, or who they had to get me to qualify to take classes. Like, what they had to do. They had to do their part.
Right.
And same thing, like, bro, you take your SAT, like, you think
niggas hot. He's starting to get reminiscent. He's like, yo, these niggas violate.
Right. Yo, this dude is a business, bro. You know what I'm saying? They gotta make sure that you good.
Right.
And some dudes need it, some dudes don't. Some dudes need IEP, some dudes don't need IEP. Some dudes need IEP to where they gotta help them, like, yo, this is gonna make your joint.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Your situation's easier.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe not.
Did you have fun out there at all?
In Vegas?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
All right, so give me one or two of your funnest moments out there in Vegas. Crazy story, funny story, whatever you feel like sharing, where it's like.
And keep in mind, you still what, 18, 19?
I had just turned 18.
Oh, so
17
fresh.
turning 18. Yeah. I was fresh. I would say that was the first time I actually did drugs.
Oh, you was lit over there. Once you did an 8-ball in the back, you was lit out there. He was in there.
Yeah.
What?
This dude is sitting in a circle, bro. And I'm just
in
like,
the circle doing what?
We in the garage. It's
Not
us.
in
They
the
invited a
garage,
couple of
that's
chicks
crazy.
over. We just all chilling. So they like, yo, we gonna go smoke. So I'm like, I don't smoke, but I'll vibe. I don't smoke. I'm a junior in high school. I've probably smell weed maybe, but I've never like even been around it for real. Like I wouldn't know. So, they rolling up, they passing the blunt around. I'm sitting there. They come to me. I'm looking at the next person like, yo, that's all you. So they like, yo, you not gonna smoke? I'm like, no. I'm not gonna smoke. They like, so you don't blow? I'm like, first of all, pause, and I don't blow nothing. Like, we not doing none of that over here.
That wasn't a word back then, though. What the fuck you said back then?
That's what he said, blow.
Yeah.
So
but you ain't say pause, though.
No, I ain't say blow. But my face is like, blow.
Yeah, word.
I'm like, blow. What you mean, blow?
Yeah, that's kind of wild.
That's kind of
Yeah,
wild.
that's
Right?
wild.
So, peer pressure is crazy, though. So I took it.
That's all it took.
I smoked
Wait,
it. Right?
after that conversation, did it go around one more time, or you took it right after saying, nah, I don't do it?
No. I took it. So they was persuading me. Blunt was still here in my face. They persuaded me. It felt like it happened fast, but it was longer than what it actually was. Like, it felt like it was like, and I took the blunt.
Yeah.
But yeah, pause. But it took a minute. Like, I was going back and forth with them for a minute.
That nigga's tweaking on this episode.
Oh,
I
man.
don't know.
Tweaking.
It's
Had
getting
to save
crazy
him on that.
this
Go ahead.
episode.
Yeah. So I hit the joint, bro. And later that night, the barber came to cut hair. And that's my first time smoking. And I'm in the chair like this. I felt like my head
Nigga,
was like doing
hairline
this,
was
bro.
about to be all the way back here.
So I'm like, he like, yo, you gotta stop moving. I'm like, I'm not moving.
I'm not moving.
And he's like, yes, you are. But
Nigga,
my head is doing
I'm
this.
not
I couldn't
moving.
feel it, bro. I couldn't feel it. The next morning, gang, coach came to pick us up. House smelled like gas. I woke up. Bro, I woke up fuzzy brain.
Yo.
I looked at him.
Yo,
I
I'm
just
dead.
shook my head, went right to his car. I didn't even want to talk to him. Put my headphones in. I'm like,
I have nothing to say for myself.
get me out of here.
Was it a never again thing, or it was one of those?
That was it. I had never touched it again after that
right.
until I was like
Yeah, right.
my sophomore, junior year of college.
Yeah.
It freaked me out because I didn't like that I was so high still the next day. I was like, yo, I feel
What
like
the fuck you
I'm
was
in
smoking?
class daydreaming.
Woke up high.
Yeah.
I'm like, what?
My
I
body
feel like
felt
everybody
weird.
has that bad experience though. At least once
Yeah.
with weed. Like, no.
Nah, I've never
tripping?
had that. I'm not gonna lie, I've been
Nah,
smoking
I
a long
did.
time. I
I
never had
did,
that.
Bro, the bed was moving, bro.
Nigga, I'm telling you, your shit was laced.
Dead
You was not
ass.
smoking weed. You was smoking straight
Vegas
Fetty
weed.
Wap. You was smoking Fetty
Yo,
Wap,
bro.
nigga. I don't
It
know.
be like that.
Yo, it
I
was
ain't
this
never
dude
seen no
who
shit
used
like
to bring
that.
it to them. His name was Mud, bro. This
That
dude was
Mud,
mad
and you
black.
thought Mud was bringing you real weed. A
said
nigga
Mud.
named Mud was not bringing you
She
real
said
weed.
Mud.
I don't
You
know
was
what he
smoking
doing.
oregano. You wasn't smoking no
Nah,
fucking
that's
weed,
crazy.
nigga.
Yo, he used to pull up in his all black Benz, big body joint. One time he took us to his crib, bro. Crib was fire, mad big. I'm like, yo, what this dude do?
Right.
What
But
you think?
he giving them dudes bags of, like, giving them bud, like, yo. Like, he was taking care. He took us, fed us. But after that, they used to joke on me because after that one situation, I never really wanted to smoke. Like, I never wanted to do it. I didn't really want to be around it.
Yeah.
They used to just joke, like, yo, boom, wow, whatever. I'd be like, nah, I'm good, bro. You know, but that dude Mud used to drop off that stuff, bro.
Shout out to Mud.
And
That
them
was,
dudes used
that
to
was
be
your first
smack.
time experiencing like high school booster shit? Was when you went out there? You didn't experience that out here?
As far as, like,
Like like-
stuff being paid for?
yeah, like you would like the barber come to the crib. You got money every week. You get these shoes.
But at Laughlin, I didn't pay for school either. So that was a
Okay.
Catholic school, and I'm
Right.
pretty sure that was well over $20,000 for school, or maybe
I
at
think
that
it's like
point.
18. Yeah. something
Okay,
like
so it's
that.
about
Yeah.
like that. Okay,
Yeah.
so I didn't pay. A couple of us didn't pay. They just same Lincoln, bro. The amount of stuff he was getting was crazy.
Yeah, nah, I didn't want to say no school names, but I feel like during that time,
Crazy.
just because I know a little bit, I feel like everybody was kind of getting blessed. But I know to be out there is different because
Mm.
also a lot of stuff that happens prior to being in pros, like a lot of people train and go to Vegas just for the spotlight, and that's something I learned maybe like 10 years ago. But that's probably, I guess the DMV is a good area too, but that's probably the place you want to be if you're looking to transition into the G League and stuff like that.
Facts.
Is to slide to Vegas.
They got the Impact gym out there. That's where everybody go.
Yeah.
Whitehead used to go there
Right.
every summer. At one point, he was there. You know what I'm saying? Just going to work out. My other boy, Kadeem, he was supposed to go over there too, actually, this summer, but he screwed up, Mr. Flight. He baited. He baited. I told him, I said, you
I
baited
know
on
he
that.
was
Nah,
high.
Mr.
I
Flight,
know he
that's
was
crazy.
He
high.
baited on that. I said, yo, bro, come on, bro. You can't be doing that.
It's
Yeah,
crazy.
I know,
nah,
bro,
that's
I
a
know.
great opportunity.
Right.
Yeah. But Vegas was fun, man. But it was good to be back. It's funny because a lot of people don't know the first school I went to when I came back was Dozo.
How did you get there?
I called Leclerio, like, yo, I need a school to go to. He's like, all right, bet. When you come back.
Wow.
I come back at whatever date it was, I flew back, and I went to Cardozo first. But he was acting like he had no pull. Like, he was just like, I don't know, man. Like, he was just being weird about it. And then I'm looking at him like, yo, like, my parents are looking like, can you get him into school or no? And he's like, oh, well, we need to do this, we need to do that. I left that day. My guy, Goo, James Barrett, he actually just got an assistant job at OSU. Congrats on that, my boy. He calls me, yo, you want to come to Lincoln? I'm like, and Whitehead Moms had texted me. She was like, I was already close with her from just being 14 years old and all that stuff. So that was already history. But he calls me like, yo, you want to go to Lincoln? I'm like, yeah. So we get all that going. Yo, 2 days later, I'm walking in Lincoln. They
That's
get
fire.
they give me a
Crazy.
fake
That's
address,
fire.
everything. I'm walking in
Yeah.
Lincoln.
Damn.
I like that. I like that.
Easy,
Fire.
easy. I said, yeah, they different over there.
Nah, for
they
real.
different. They
That's
get what they
fire.
want.
Mhm.
Whatever
So
you
by
need.
any means.
Whatever you need, bro. Whatever you need, they gonna give it to
Tiny
you.
a legend. Though.
A
That's
legend,
wrong.
the greatest high school basketball coach to ever do it in New York City. If
Yeah, nah,
somebody
he a
want to
legend.
argue with me,
Oh shit.
Come to the
Argue with me.
podcast.
Come to
come
the
to the
podcast. Come meet
podcast.
us here. We'll get
if
the
you got
footage.
as many rings as he got, as many pros as he got, as many college athletes, I don't care what level as he got, he has an impact.
Right.
He impacted the community. You know, saying many coaches doing that.
Yeah,
Right.
no, that's true.
That's
Coaches
true.
doing that. Leclerio's a great too. Don't get me wrong. Leclerio's great.
Mhm.
Great. He's great. He's great. But he ain't messing with Tiny though. Respectfully.
So what after the transition to college, what was life after college for you? Like, take us through that. After college, like, where did your life transition to?
It was an eye opener. But it was something that mentally I was already prepared for. Physically, it was an eye opener though. I got a documentary. I don't know if I ever told you that. There was a
You never
documentary
told me.
about all of us. Me, Whitehead, Desi, all at Lincoln. Maybe one I'll send it to you. I'll send you the
Mhm.
link. But it's basically about Brooklyn basketball, about everything, and they go into our lives and all that. 10 years ago,
Found
it
on
was made.
YouTube?
Is it on YouTube? No, it's on this link.
Mm-hmm.
I can't remember the link.
I'll post the link for you. Don't worry.
Yeah.
We don't send it out.
In this documentary, 10 years ago, I'm 18 on St. Peter's campus, 18 turning 19, whatever it is, and I'm already saying that life after basketball is what I'm thinking about. And so now when I look at what's going on in my life now, mentally, I was already preparing for it.
Right.
It's just physically walking into it,
Right.
dealing with the physical part of it. So when I graduated college, I was blessed to have the opportunity to go play after college. And by the grace of God, you know, I went there safe and came back safe. You know, nothing happened. It was a great experience as far as being able to say I'm a 1%.
Where'd you play at?
Uruguay. South
Where is that at?
America. South America.
Oh, that's
okay.
And then being there, we went to Argentina and stayed for a little bit and played there. So it was Argentina's an interesting place. The dogs were on the streets over there, but them dogs is everywhere.
You been beefing with dogs your whole life.
Yeah, them dogs is
You been
everywhere.
fighting for your life with the fucking dogs, boy.
Beefing. I'm not messing with you. So we got a dog at home. The dude like this big, bro. He wild. He be wilding.
I'm dead.
But yeah, man, that's you know, that's where I ended up.
Any
And it
crazy
was fun.
stories from there?
Huh?
Like, any crazy stories from there dealing with just the community?
Nah, I would just say this. I felt safer there than I did in my own country.
Word.
That's
Yeah.
heavy.
That is heavy.
I felt, I mean, they treat you like a celebrity. Bro.
Right.
You're. I mean, the league I was playing in was like the NBA here. It was the
Right.
LUB, the top league
Top
there.
league.
They had just had two dudes that were former NBA players playing there the previous season. So the team that I was on, they were pretty hyped. You know, they were hyped in the league, and but they treat you so well. They treat you very, very good. And then, you know, that's why I don't understand why dudes get so caught up in the NBA this, NBA that, NBA this, NBA that. Like, you can get treated like a freaking god over there and get your citizenship and get married and maybe, you know what I'm saying?
Create a crazy life over
Yeah.
there, right?
Yeah, shout out to my son Jamal Wilson. He went to Al Xavier.
Mm-hmm.
He played for Finland national team. His wife, he been in Finland, man, probably 15 to 20 years now. And he still
Damn.
come
It
back
is.
out here, check everybody, play
Mhm.
ball, all that. But Jamal still get busy on Finland to this day.
Mm-hmm.
So that's fire.
It's lit, man. That's the way to do it. But so, you know, after that year, you know, COVID happened.
Mhm.
I was about to go play in Mexico while COVID was happening. I had just came from a combine in LA. We were feeling good about it. My agent, and I think Rudy Gobert, whatever his name was, he had got sick or something like that.
Yeah, Rudy
And
Gobert.
then it spread it throughout the whole NBA. And next
Mhm.
you know, the whole world shut down. It happened like
Right.
a matter of a week. Like, it was
Right.
like,
It
bro,
was crazy.
all basketball was done. So my agent at the time, he wasn't that connected. Like, he was good
Right.
in some areas, and he was very good personally.
Right.
And I trusted him. He had my best interest, and that was why I signed with him, because I trusted him. And so, he kept trying and trying, and nothing would give. There was some dudes that were playing and some dudes that weren't. A lot of dudes weren't playing, but those who had the connections was playing during COVID, and I wasn't playing. So I moved. I left. I went to Oklahoma City and was playing for a team there and was working a job over there and just trying to make some bread. There was nothing going on in New York, and we getting unemployment. So I'm like, yeah, I'm chilling. I'm
Is
getting
this where the
money.
coaching started?
Huh?
Is this where the coaching started, or
So the coaching started the following year.
okay? Because I remember seeing you, and I
Yeah.
think it was Instagram in a post, and I'm like, oh shit. Yeah, my
Yep.
bad. I didn't mean to cut you
No,
off.
no. Yeah, you right. You was right. So that all went down, and then 2021 came around, and I was a correction officer while I was playing for this team, bro.
Wait,
That
what?
was the
That's
craziest
heavy.
job that I've ever had,
Wait, where at?
at a juvenile jail
Oh, they was
Out
fucking
here?
you up
in
in there.
Oklahoma. That's what I
How
was
the
doing.
fuck?
I had to work and play in
She
order
was
for me to
talking
make a
shit.
living
Oh.
and
Always
collect
talking
unemployment.
shit.
But I had a motorcycle, I had a car, I had my own part. I had to make stuff work. You know what I'm saying? So
And what? And you was 26, 27 at this time?
at this time, like 27, 26, 20, what am I, 28? Yeah, 26, turning 27.
What am I, 28?
Because I was there for 2 years. And I
Yeah.
turned 28 this January.
Mhm.
So, yeah, bro, it was, I would say 25.
Wait, so how do you leave that? You got to resign, or you just be like, listen, I'm
From-
going back to New York.
That job?
Yeah.
When I left the job, I was still living in Oklahoma. I left the job because I didn't like how they was treating my people. I had a problem with the way they treated them kids.
Right.
And I'm a lover. I've always been a lover. I was raised around love. My parents been married 38 years. That's all I know is love.
Nah, salute.
You know what I'm saying? And so,
Right.
yeah, salute to them. And I obviously there's two sides to a person. You know what I'm saying? But all I know is love. So when I see a young dude who's locked up and I can relate to some of my siblings being in that situation, I've never been in it, but I've had siblings who have. It's like, I'm not going to give up on this kid and call him a number. Whatever
Yeah.
IS number they give them, they call him this, call him that. Call them by their name. They're human. Don't take their stuff from them because they're human. They're going to make mistakes. We got to teach them. That's our job. So I took the job very serious as far as treatment goes. Man, they was in there just, it was just ridiculous with stuff that they just would let people get away with these kids. And so I just told them, either you fix it or I'm leaving. And they didn't want to do it. So I walked out the door. And then, you sure you don't want to come back? And nah, I left. So
Sorry
at that
to you for
time,
that.
that's when really all this other money gigs came out. So I was figuring out how to finesse and stay on top to keep
Right.
bills paid.
Right.
Then I got a call to come play in Gersh. Niggas
Mhm.
when I got 2 bands for you up front, $300 to $500 a game. You know what I'm saying?
Word?
Whatever it is, I'll fly you back and forth.
Yeah,
Yeah.
sign
I'm
me
going
up.
there, nigga. I'm getting 40. I
Right.
put Gersh on Sports Center that summer. I would have had 50, hit a game winner. Went
I
crazy.
remember that. Yeah, I remember that one.
It went viral, went crazy in
Yeah,
there.
that was crazy.
And so I was giving them their money's worth, you know what I'm saying, whatever it is. And so I'm thinking, I bet I'm going to get a job. I'm playing against a pro-am in New York City. I just got regular season MVP, regular season scoring champ, whatever you want to call it. So I'm sending this all to my agent. I'm like, yo, you need to give me a job, bro. Like, this is the time. Like, I'm fresh. I'm ready. Man, months go by, no job. So now while months go by, I'm back in Oklahoma. I get a call about a college job, the job he's talking about. Oklahoma Panhandle State University up in the country somewhere. So I'm trying to like wait on it because I want to wait for basketball.
That money to come.
Right.
Took too long.
Right.
So I fired him. Yo, that's it. He was tight. I haven't spoken to that dude since that day.
Damn.
Yeah.
So when
he
I
was
thought I
definitely
trusted
tight.
him, when I thought he was my man, and I thought he was going to understand business, and like, yo, you just not getting it done for me right now. Like, I love you as a person,
Right.
Right.
but business-wise, it's not
He took it
working.
It's not
personal.
working out.
Not working.
Right.
He took that. Don't want to talk to me no more. Whatever. Boom. Okay. So I hired this other dude. He got me a job, but he got me a job while I was coaching.
Right.
I'm on the road. He calling me. Yo, I got a job for you, Lithuania. I can't go nowhere. I gave this dude my word. You have to wait after
Right.
the season. He came with another job during the season again, and then I was just like, you know what? After the second time it happened, I'd stop by choice.
Right.
And it was a hard decision to live with for a while. For a while. And but now I'm good. You know what I'm saying? God is good, man.
So, what is it called? It's called breakdown, right? Breakdown basketball.
Breakdown
Explain to us what breakdown basketball is, the company and everything, and what you trying to accomplish with breakdown basketball.
Exactly what it says, baby. Breakdown basketball. I like to break it down. I like to teach.
Mo is y'all in the same.
What position you play?
Point.
Okay.
Well, point
he's
at the pro level. When I was playing in high school, college, and all that, I played everything.
Right.
Like 1 through 5, whatever they. I was always known as a jumper. Like just jumping over people. So, what was your question again? I got
just
sidetracked.
talking about just the brand breakdown basketball.
BDB, baby, BDB. So it started about January. Actually, when I first moved back here, man, I was in a rough spot mentally. Like I was almost a father, and so the woman that I was with, things didn't. She had a miscarriage, and it ruined things. So when I moved back from Oklahoma, 2 weeks in, I get a teaching job as a 3rd grade teacher in Brooklyn, using my degree, whatever it is, to get some work. And I wasn't happy with that. I never really liked being told what to do. And the fact that they were the way they handle things, I didn't like it. So fast forward 7 weeks, I leave that job. I tell them this ain't working out for me. I'm praying to God, man. If you
left
have me
that
trained,
job in the middle of the school year?
Middle of the school year, but
I
had
didn't even know you could do that.
Yeah, well, you can, because if at charter schools,
charter school. Okay.
yeah, the rules are different. So if they want to get rid of you in the middle of the year, they can, without any notice. They'll be like, "Yo, you're not getting the job done. Your test scores are too low, or whatever it may be. You got to go. We got to get somebody else in here, because it's not a union."
Right, that's what I was thinking, like teachers union and shit like that.
Yeah, that's the public school, or I think Catholic school. Like, there's no union in that either. I don't think so.
Nah, you might be right. A
Yeah.
lot of those private prep schools and things like that, they sanction under their
Own stuff.
somebody boostering or paying for stuff out their pocket. So
Yeah. Charter schools is about kids. The more seats they fill, the more money they get.
More funding.
And that's how
Yeah,
it
it
works.
makes
They can
sense.
care less about if the kid passes or if the kid belongs in the class with these other kids. I've had multiple trouble kids in the class with scholars, I felt like, but these other kids are very distracted.
Right.
So they need something else. This is too much for them. They don't care. You just gonna have to sit there and deal with it. All right, well then you don't care about the kid.
Right.
You say you care about the kid, but you don't care about the kid.
Right.
So I walked away from the job with probably 2 clients under my belt. As a coach, trainer, I was coaching Lightning, doing a favor, just making like $1,500 off that. And the teaching job was giving me $65,000. They started me off nice for a little first
nice.
deal as a teacher. I never taught in my life.
Right.
So
Just banking.
yeah. So I didn't really get a chance to get much of it. I got like 2-3 checks, you know what I'm saying, from the time that I was there, but it was some nice checks. And then I'm getting a little stuff from other teams.
Yeah.
So I start training, man, and then, this was in November. I didn't have my LLC. I was just doing straight cash. I remember I was walking around like 20-25 grand cash, and people looking at me like, well, why you got all that cash? Even my brother, why you got all that cash? You know what I'm saying? I'm just like, so we came up with a thing where we were saving our blue boys, our $100 bills. We just save them, throw them away in the box, forget about them, throw them away, just to keep the cash that we did want.
Right.
That's the only cash we wanted, was the $100 bills. That's it. And so, December came around. I got my LLC. I went full legit. I said, you know what? If I'm gonna do this, God's been blessing me. Clientele went from 2 to 12 in like a month. Just a lot of word of mouth, And so, January it really kicked off under the LLC and no cash payments and stuff like that. Then I went and got 2 teams, and it went from like 12 kids to 20 kids to 30 kids. It just started growing so fast.
That's dope.
Yeah, it was
fire.
crazy. And being that it was a 6-figure business in June and half the year, because I was so invested. I mean, you can ask him and whoever else. Nobody saw me.
Right.
Dudes was like, yo, what's up? You're not playing? I'm not playing.
Yeah, you
nothing.
disappeared. I ain't gonna lie. I
I'm
ain't
not
playing
playing
nothing.
nothing.
I was like, what the fuck?
I need
Mo
that
go?
bag right now.
Right.
That's
like,
fire.
I'm trying to build a brand to where when I'm done with it and I leave it for whoever to take care of it, I'm still getting something from it. Or I
That's a
take
really
that.
great story, like as far
Yeah.
as like what you did with everything afterwards. Because I feel like for most kids that play basketball,
Mhm.
not everybody's that star player. You know,
Yeah.
I know for me at least, like basketball was not everything. I wasn't the best player on the court, but that was everything. And then like high school hits, you're done.
Man.
Rella
College
gave
comes
y'all
around, you might
47.
you might shut the fuck up.
Yeah, word.
You might
And
you
not
might
talk shit.
get to play in a small, college for like a couple years, and then after that, it's kind of like what next?
Yeah. That's it.
Well, how much
So-
she gotta pay for a one-on-one session?
I gotta pay. You gotta pay to play me.
I charge.
You rich.
Tell her,
You
nah,
gotta
tell
pay to
her,
play
tell her,
me.
nah,
You
tell her.
rich. Y'all are
All
of a
crazy.
sudden, then she
Shut
said-
up.
I dropped
I'm
my
the star
prices by
here. Shut up.
$10.
You
got
gotta. No, you gotta pay to play me.
said,
That's crazy. That's crazy.
He not
You come for the free.
Oh,
I
okay.
got you. I
Okay.
got you.
Free?
Yeah, I got you.
Just for you to lose. You ready to lose for
I
free?
don't lose.
Listen,
I
it's
don't
okay.
lose.
You gonna lose
I
that
don't
day.
lose.
Just
You
dunk
gonna
on
lose
Tay
that
and put it
day?
on the viral.
Yeah. Don't go along.
I'm gonna literally go live on Instagram to show everybody that I'm beating him.
Nah, we gonna record
And
it.
imagine
got a
you're
lot of
gonna lose,
followers
and then you're
too.
gonna hear my
Yeah.
Kawhi Leonard laugh
She
right
got
after.
a lot of followers too, Boone.
Yeah,
So
what-
you
Yeah.
can't. You
Yeah.
can't.
What if I
tell
get if I
us.
win? We got to bet.
That's
on
not
something.
gonna happen. That's
Y'all
not
ain't even trying to
realistic.
discuss that right now either. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Crazy.
we can't discuss it on the pod. But
Okay.
so, Boone, what is your future like aspirations? Like, what do you see for yourself moving forward? Because I know you do ball just for the love now at this
Yeah.
point. Like, obviously you playing tournaments and shit. You gonna make whatever you make. But what is the future hold for you that you see?
I see myself having my own facility.
That's fire.
That'd be dope.
Yeah, right now I'm working. I got one. It's not a full facility. It's just a gym, right? But I see myself having courts, with
Yeah.
turf and with tournaments being ran and basketball, soccer, whatever it is that you want to have in here. A multi-sport complex is what I'd call it. So right now I have like a 500 and something square foot like cube where I put 2 rims. Got to renovate it, stuff like that. And then also breakdown is also relocating to another gym where it'll be almost like our home base, essentially, where we'll do tryouts and practices and all that stuff.
Oh.
So it'll be 2 locations. So I'll run a lot of programs and a lot of different other things and bigger groups in this, better facility. And then my private sessions will be held in the other facility in Garden City. So, but my ultimate goal is to obviously have my own facility. And then hopefully I can go somewhere else, maybe Texas somewhere, and do it again.
That's dope.
That would be fire.
Reddit.
But everything that I do, man, is for His glory. Everything, literally, everything that I do. The Bible says when God gives you a gift, it'll feed you, clothe you, and house you. So, what are you gonna do with the gift that He gives you? Are you gonna use it to harm mankind, or are you gonna do it to help? You know what I'm saying? And so
That's heavy.
when my LLC is 4HG, for His glory. That's why I named it that, because everything that I want to do in life is to please Him. I'm not perfect. Nobody's perfect. You know what I'm saying? But that's always the end goal at the end of the day. How many lives can we touch?
Right.
How many lives can we change?
Right.
How many lives can we bring to Him? So if you can do those things along with growing your business, growing a podcast, right? Investing in something that you love to do, who says you're wrong? You know what I'm saying?
Nah, that's
Yes,
really fire. I
it
think that's
is.
kind of the best. I guess like guest advice. I don't even want to say advice, but just knowledge. That we received on this podcast, and to me, it hits. I don't want to say it hit home, but it's something that people tell me all the time. I've been
Yeah.
training for like 10, 12 years.
Yeah.
FIBA circuit. I coached Uganda national team before. I've
Yeah,
been
we got to collab.
yeah. So I've been I just did a few this past year. My first time working with Jerry Powell
Okay.
for a couple months and things like that. So I always just been blessed to be around people from Sheck Diallo, Jonathan Kuminga, all these guys I've been able to train and be around. Kids that play overseas in Canada, Africa. Ben Simmons, Bruno Fernandez, Sosa, that played at Kansas. All those guys I got
Lovely.
to.
I think I seen one Back to Business though. In
Back
the
to
video,
Business?
the dude that be recording.
Oh yeah.
I think I have seen you on there.
Yeah. I got a couple clients that be trying to do all the,
Yeah.
you know, the new.
Yo, he funny, son.
So I fuck with it.
He mad
funny.
funny.
Yeah, nah,
He
for
be
sure.
talking crazy.
OD. That
He
motherfucker
come to
don't
the gym
shut up.
talking crazy to you. He
OD.
funny,
Nah,
son.
so to me, it's very humbling and inspiring because a lot of people kind of just pull me in different ways. Like, hey, go do this, do that. And it's the first year, like, me and my brother sat down and was like, listen, we got to start our own stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's good to help fill everybody else's cup in a sense. And that's kind of, you know, what I love to do. I'm a drug and alcohol counselor by trade. I got my K-SAC, so
Okay.
I'm in the same boat. I do a lot of charity giveaways, but you know, to hear that you kind of just listening to your calling, listening to the feelings and different things that happen versus like, hey, basketball is the end all be all.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you went to help and teach, assist, and then basketball came back full circle. And that's kind of with me. I got arrested from high school, so I never got to really play out my basketball dreams. And then it came back full circle. I got to train and coach and kind of give back to kids, but basketball kind of gave back to me in a different way than I thought it would be my whole life. And everybody's, oh, you the best out of your brothers and you'll be this and be that. And then my brothers went so much further than me because I was just doing other things. But then I was able to come back in my 20s and 30s and kind of just bless, you know, the basketball community. So the experience is super great, but to hear somebody kind of still be able to play at a high level and take themselves out of it and say, how can I help? How can I contribute to basketball, not only in New York City, but you talking about Texas, you talking about OKC, you talking about moving around and expanding your brand. And I think that's super fire, especially being in your 20s, to stay grounded and invest that money that's given to you back into the business. I think that's probably one of the best, like, I don't want to say like little soliloquies that we ever had like on the show at all. Like normally people just talking, but to have purpose in the things that you do and say, and then, you know, watch you bear fruit from it, it's kind of
it's inspiring.
It's kind of fire. You know what I'm saying? And it's bigger than anything that you'll be able to touch, see, feel, all that kind of stuff.
Yep.
And even just like you said, you see me, and I just know of your name from being on the circuit 10 years ago. So even as soon as Pat, and I don't got no reason to front, I can show you in the chat, but as soon as he hit me, I'm like, oh, he went to St. Peter's. And then I think Pat said, nah, he went to Texas Tech. Pat texted me something else, but in my head, I'm like, I knew he went to St. Peter's. Yeah. But I was on the circuit during that time, so it was easy for me to remember. So to me, that's fire. Just coming around full circle and still giving back to the basketball community and not just like only black people or only New York City. I think it's great because a lot of times basketball players, again, have that like, I was supposed to be in the league. Yeah. I was supposed to be overseas. Yeah. I was supposed to do X, Y, Z.
Not bitter.
Don't get me wrong; those questions are always being asked.
Always
when I play in these places.
People are like, "Yo, where you from? Why you don't play? Why you don't do this? Why you
That
don't
time
go to
has
Vegas
passed,
every
my
summer?"
brother.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, I always say, you know, to piggyback on what you said, the foundation for what you did before you got arrested. Right. Foundation was made. Right. When I was playing my whole life, right, the foundation was made. Whatever you guys were doing before this, you was already making your foundation. You just didn't know it. Right. And so now, like he said, the fruits are bearing. Like now you're seeing it, right? You may have never thought, I never thought in my life 10 years ago that I'd be a trainer and a coach and running my own business. And I never thought in a lifetime that I'd be doing that. But I thought I'd be playing basketball my whole life, right? But the foundation was built to make me strong and to make you strong to do what you're doing now. And so that's how it comes full circle, man. That's how he works.
That. I love all that.
That's how he works.
When I got one last question, a funny question, but not a funny question, but a real basketball question.
Okay.
So, who's better, LeBron, Kobe, or Jordan? Who's number one?
LeBron.
All right.
That's my twin.
Yo,
but listen,
I wanted to take over.
I don't know. This might be a fight. We might have an all-out brawl in this bitch. Move the tables.
Yo, but listen,
LeBron in the landslide or like it's close?
No, it's. I wouldn't say. I'm just gonna be honest with you.
Go ahead.
They're all great,
of course,
but LeBron has just dominated for so much more longer. It's not about rings to me, because if I'm gonna talk about rings, then I'm gonna talk about all the other greats. Right. But they're nowhere near Michael Jordan or Kobe Bryant or LeBron, as far as ability goes.
Right.
But they won in the generations because in that generation they were the LeBrons and the Kobes and the Jordans of the generations. But if you put MJ in this generation, he has to work a lot harder for a ring. He may still get his 6.
So you don't. So you
He
don't
gotta
believe
work
in
a
his
lot harder.
dominance being nowadays. You think it'll be a lot different.
I think that somebody said to me like this. They say, yo, this is why I don't say LeBron's the greatest. They say, yo, look at back in the day. Everybody wanted Jordans. You look at now, people want LeBron,
That's
Steph
not my
Curry's, and all that
argument.
stuff.
I get that.
Which I understand that.
Right.
And I told them, well, if Jordan played in this time, what do you think is going to happen? You think everybody's going to want Jordans? Like, no, they're going to want other stuff because what Jordan can do, Russell Westbrook is doing jumping ability. The way he's getting to the rim and finishing around the rim, Ja Morant's doing that right now. So there's so many other players that's
All right,
doing
can
all
I
that.
break this argument down just a little
Yes,
bit?
you can.
This is heavy.
Jordan and Kobe.
Mm-hmm.
Like Kobe, you could say, all right, the Spurs were around, right? Spurs are really the team that deterred Kobe from, and Shaq.
Yeah.
They broke them up. You know, obviously Kobe and Shaq, they did their thing. But if Shaq and Kobe would have got along and the Spurs weren't around, there's a good chance they win 7 or 8.
True.
Kobe, there was no real team that deterred Kobe. You got what I'm saying? There was no player that dominated in Kobe's era. You could say Tim Duncan, but Tim Duncan at the back end of his career,
Tracy McGrady.
Tracy McGrady ain't got no rings. See, this is what I'm
We not
talking
talking
about.
about rings,
Nah,
though.
but we have to in this debate.
But rings,
No, because
rings are
listen,
carried by
listen
teams,
to what I'm
though.
saying. And you could say, all right, this is a super team that LeBron went against, and I respect that. But you have somebody walking around still to this day, Stephen Curry. I'm not saying he's LeBron's, even in LeBron's that tier. But what I'm saying is you have somebody that was in that era that happened to step in. When you talk about Jordan, there's nobody. Jordan held people back from getting those rings. I know that LeBron in the East held a bunch of people back.
Right.
The Toronto Raptors that had those good, quote unquote, good teams and became their dad, or the Celtics in the moments, right? I understand all that and I respect that. But when you look at great players, I always look at Michael Jordan for, if it wasn't for Michael Jordan taking those couple years off, and obviously it's hypothetical, but he most likely has 8
Rings.
8 rings and 0 losses in the finals. There's a real great chance. And I think, and I know you can't do these ring things. I get it. But LeBron's played with a ton of all-stars and top 75 players.
But why him? Because
Listen,
Kevin Durant has 2.
I get that, but Kevin Durant, again, respectfully, is not in their stratosphere.
He's not.
I know how great Kevin Durant is, and we're not
So what
going to
are you saying?
disrespect.
That Jordan is the best out of those 3?
Yes. Yeah.
So then Bill Russell
fuck?
should be.
And
he
respectfully,
got 10.
and respectfully, it's, to me, it was a big Kobe fan and it's kind of biased, but to me it's disrespectful to not have the conversation of Kobe Bryant being in that stratosphere of LeBron James. It's not. You can say greatest career, greatest numbers, no doubt. LeBron James has had longevity.
Most dominant.
He's been blessed with no injuries. Obviously, past couple years in LA, he's been injury,
Yeah.
riddled, but he's been blessed. Like, and that's a respect to him. How much work he puts in, how much everything he does. And in my opinion, Kobe Bryant worked his body into the ground. You know what I'm saying? Like, doing too much. You know what I'm saying? Working those.
So
4
what
M's.
what ranks do who's 1, 2, and 3?
He going
We're gonna
Jordan,
go-
Kobe, and Braun.
No. I'm gonna go Jordan. No. I'm gonna respect.
He basically
Now I'm gonna
just gave it
respectfully
up.
say this.
He
I'm gonna
basically
say
just said this
Jordan,
shit.
LeBron, Kobe, only because I feel like that 2013 Kobe where they barely made the playoffs, he tore his Achilles. To me, that's my favorite Kobe of all time. As a Kobe fan, it's my favorite Kobe of all time. Because if you pay attention to that season, he literally, for the second half of the season, played 46 minutes a game.
But that can't be your
And
favorite
Dre-
Kobe.
it is
At
my
that
favorite
time,
Kobe. You
LeBron
wanna
was
know why?
fucking.
A man.
I'm not
Mount
saying he was
Rushmore
better than LeBron. I'm not no. In that moment, I'm not saying he's better than LeBron. What I'm saying is, in that moment, like, he literally was like, I'm gonna drag this team on my back. Like, legit, and at
what
an
did
older
Braun
age.
do?
I'm not saying LeBron didn't do that. I'm not saying that. But I think overall, like I said, I would put Kobe 3. I think LeBron's longevity, his dominance in the league, that East where he went to, was it 10 straight finals?
Mhm.
Or something crazy. He went, I'll put him 2. But when it comes to dominance of a league, I feel like Jordan, like 6-0, it's hard to be.
To
Obviously,
me-
everybody
No,
talks
I
about
just
that.
feel like the leagues are different. You can't,
It is.
I might
It's
be a
hard.
female,
It's
but
fun.
even-
That's why I asked him the question, because it's
She
fun.
said I might be a
We
female.
can't
Nah,
never
because you
say
in
it,
it,
'cause
it's
they
not.
wasn't-
Yes,
they
I
wasn't
am.
playing
But
together.
still, it's a fact.
You
Even from
could.
playing ball, it's some girls that now, like, in our league that, like, Longwood was dusting, right? But they wasn't playing the same girls that
Arella
Day
had
and them was playing.
47 on you.
That's
Just
what I'm
'cause you
saying.
won
I'm
don't
just
mean
no, that's not what I'm saying. You're not listening. You're
47.
just chatting.
It's crazy.
That's not on me. First of all, if anything, it was on Longwood, and we
47
dusted them.
is tough.
Actually,
Yeah,
it was
you did
Bellport.
win.
Thank you.
Yeah,
So
I
hold
know.
that. Anyways, what I'm getting at is the girls that I was playing then, right?
Right.
And the girls, for an example, your sister Dady. The
Yeah.
girl she was playing, do you really think that the girls that's playing right now is dusting the girls that was playing back then? No, so it's a different league.
Definitely not.
So the men that
Bianca.
LeBron and them are playing now, it's a whole different league. It takes different work.
It is.
It's
It is.
So
there's not
that's
just
why-
like longevity. It's the
It is.
consistency and the dominance within that longevity.
But that's why I give it to LeBron. Only because, like, when Jordan started playing, niggas had side jobs. They was carpenters.
Saying,
They was doing
Don't
HVAC.
be
Janitors.
disrespectful.
Don't be
that.
that-
Nah, I swear.
Working at
disrespectful.
Blockbuster.
like,
They was doing that
Don't
on
be
the off
disrespectul,
season.
bro. There's
So-
a lot of great players from that era. Don't be
Nah,
disrespectful.
yeah,
it
they was
is.
great
The
players.
mailman.
But keep in mind, if you threw them in the league right now, if
But-
you threw them niggas in the
If you threw
league
Karl
right
Malone in the
now,
league right now against some of these big
Who,
men,
the mailman?
he would eat,
No,
bro.
but
You kidding me?
Are
LeBron
you
played
crazy?
against
Jokic
Karl
would
Malone.
kill the mailman.
Bro.
Yo,
Karl Malone built like a brick house.
LeBron played
Talking to
against
13-year-olds.
LeBron
Yo.
played against him.
Disrespectful.
whatever.
So you can't really, you can't
right.
really say
You right.
Nah,
yeah,
let him
Jordan
finish.
era.
Let him finish because he
Yeah,
on something.
Yeah.
No, to me it's just like
So
I'm
who's
a
won?
coach. You
Just tell me
already
who's
know.
won.
I think you gotta go with LeBron easy
All right.
because
Easy?
of the.
All right, no
Yeah.
problem.
That's easy money. What
If
do you
you
mean
look
the
at
facts?
his numbers
If we
from-
looking at the facts, the
Are
facts
you
are
looking
there.
at numbers? Or are you looking at pure dominance? That's
If you
my
looking
thing.
at both,
Okay. Listen, let me explain this.
he about to blow his
Dominance
lid.
and pure numbers. There's different. Like Kobe Bryant,
You ain't
right?
even let me
I'm gonna go back
finish.
to Kobe. Hold on, but I want to say this.
This how
I
dominant
want to
LeBron
say.
is.
I want to say this. though.
Niggas is tight. He ain't do the dunk contest.
I'm tight about that because he said he
Exactly.
would.
Look.
He said
That's
he would and never
greatness.
did it. No,
Yeah,
that's
he did.
corny.
He did. He faked
He
blue
said he
mile.
would and never did it. That's
Yeah.
corny.
All right. But
Secondly,
that's greatness.
okay, I'm just saying. Go ahead, finish. Go
Nah,
ahead, finish. Go ahead,
I'm
finish.
saying, think
Fair
about
enough.
all of those things that occurred from Rucker to think about he and S. Carter commercials.
Mhm.
To me, he was bigger than we used to watch LeBron play in high school
For sure.
on ESPN.
Mhm.
So since 17 years old, he probably been in the league more than he's just been a regular human not playing basketball or outside of the league. But during those times, Kobe, what he had to do, sit a year or two,
He did
realistically.
3 years. Yeah. That's it. Mhm.
Jordan got cut. Jordan
Yeah.
had to go to college. Jordan
Yeah.
didn't make the playoffs the first 10 years, all that
Mhm.
kind of stuff. Or, I
Mhm.
don't want to say 10, maybe 8 or 9 years. But you can't look at LeBron and say for 5 or 6 years you ain't do X, Y, Z. And you already
I
know how I
respect
feel
it.
about Kobe.
Yeah.
I don't even never say LeBron when I shoot in the garbage can.
Right.
It's always
The
Kobe.
man you
Right.
working with, you know how he feel about Kobe.
Right.
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 So
JP.
to me, the
You gonna have a whole debate show with Boone. We got that Boone back on. He
Nah,
gonna have a whole
and I'm
debate
a
show.
big Kobe guy. I never even really the Michael Jordan I know is from Washington, so I
Yeah,
never even
right,
looked at Jordan
right.
highlights. I ain't trying to be disrespectful, but I always just kind of lived in the moment. Like my favorite players was like B Diddy and stuff. Baron
Diddy was
Davis.
tough.
Baron
My bad.
Davis.
Well, it was like those are my favorite players because I just like the ball handle. So any white chocolate, anybody that just had a crazy handle and could pass, that was my era. So
Right.
D. Will, Darren Williams, like those was my guys.
Right.
So to see somebody always hold, like I call Joe Johnson Joe Jordan.
Joe Jordan.
Like,
Yeah.
I
Even
love
though he
Joe
most of the
Johnson.
players. We gotta get more into that. We
My
gotta
son
let Tay
getting
go
crazy
though.
on the big three. Chill
We
out.
gotta let Tay
But-
go though, Mo.
Yeah, nah. Give me 1 second.
Go ahead.
But
hurry up.
at the end of the day,
Tay gonna kick your ass.
when you look at
Nah,
the
it's
sections
okay.
of LeBron growing, it doesn't matter the competition. You look at his numbers, the
Don't
players that
matter.
he played with before and after.
Mhm.
I guess all stars. Everything remains the same.
Right.
The only thing to me that you can criticize him about is his shooting percentage early.
That's
He's
free
gotten
throws.
better. Yeah,
That's
you
it.
got all around.
Right.
But if you think about an all-around basketball player, he's probably
Nobody
the
better.
only person that
Nobody
can go out the
better.
A human
5,
being.
the 4,
Nobody
the
better.
3, the 2,
Give you that.
and the
Bah.
1. So I
Nobody
think
better.
on the highest
Promise.
level, if you could do the best thing, the best at the highest level for the longest time,
You the
Better
best.
go.
You
Okay.
know what I'm saying? Like if he could,
Bah.
if LeBron could
I
go
got a lot
at
to
Tim
argue,
Duncan,
but I'm not gonna do it for
Any
you, Tay.
listen,
I'm not gonna
any
do it for
argument
you.
you can make, we can make right back.
I
and
say
have
that.
already.
We'll have
and
another
already
episode on
have.
this. We will have another episode.
Mhm.
I have a full paperwork, all that.
Kobe
So
my
alright.
guy, but you already know LeBron, especially as somebody who teaches basketball, you look at
Right.
LeBron, you wish people would run
and play like
and
him.
go get that
Right.
block and like you know what I'm saying? Like people turn the ball over and they be tight. Like my bad, I'll get it back. Nah,
Like, go
somebody
get that chase down.
Right. So to me, you appreciate all those things, and then you never heard the Michael Jordan, Kobe stories to where they beat up their players, they talking crit. Like LeBron has been criticized for being too nice.
Too nice, right?
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? So to me,
He deadass just plays the fucking game.
right, the
That's it.
totality of a person is cool, but when you put that person on the court and his ego and blah blah blah, and even with the Isaiah Stewart, where someone was chasing him around, look how LeBron could have like, yo, listen,
Slap
y'all
him.
go, not just whatever, but he could have like threw the wolves out there, like, listen, why y'all letting? So to me, all of those things make you a great basketball player because you're able to play with anybody. Jordan and Kobe couldn't play with anybody.
Hell no.
We're gonna have this debate. Listen, Boone, I appreciate you for being here.
Word.
We're gonna have this
Appreciate you
debate
guys,
again
man.
for sure. I promise that.
Break down basketball.
And I
baby.
appreciate you, man.
Yes,
Break
sir.
down basketball, Boone. Appreciate you. It's another episode of Culture Shock. We out of here.
My bad,
So
Alicia
bad.
Keys.
Yes, sir.
I forgot.